What is going on, Nerd Paraders? Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with me here today as we sink our teeth into Vrising, the vampire survival game. Now, truth be told, this has been on my radar for a little while, and I've been excited to play around with it. I have started to play around with it a little bit to familiarize myself with the game, and I do enjoy it. At first, I wasn't quite sure if I was liking it. It was sending me a weird vibe, but the more I played it, the more I liked it. So we're going to be doing some playthrough of it here on the channel today. So I hope you're excited. Before we jump further into it, though, introductions are in order in case you don't know. I am Nick, this is Nerd Parade, and thank you once again for coming to hang with me. If you find yourself enjoying the Vrising series, please let me know in the comments below, and also be sure to tag the thumbs up button for me, and subscribe to the channel so you get notified whenever I post new content. We're starting out here on the character select screen because while it looks relatively simplistic, there are a lot of really cool options. And for my first playthrough, I'm going to go with a more normalistic character, but there is one thing that I'm going to show you and hopefully reserve the name for a little bit later. There's two really cool faces I'm going to show you now. I'm going to go to the back here. And this one, it's the weird, like, creepy bat face, which I really quite like the creepy bat face. It's really highly amusing, but this is my favorite one. Not the rat one, this one. The sinister grin. The sinister grin. I'm gonna call this character, when I eventually make him, Grinister. So we're reserving the name. We can also have Rat Lad. Bat Lad is just so creepy. But no, for our first playthrough, we're going to make a relatively normal-ish looking vampire. And of course, we're going to give him a nerd beard. He has to have a nerd beard. And I'm going with the hairstyle a little like Geralt from The Witcher. So this is going to be my vampire lad, Nicholas. And we're going to kick off our gameplay, and we're going to jump right into the tutorial. And the first thing we do is we have to wake up. We have to blast ourselves out of this coffin. And the game is going to take you through a little bit of a tutorial, which I kind of have messed with already to familiarize myself with the game. So I'm going to talk a little bit about it as we go. But also, I'm going to make it so you can see my bars a little bit better. So I sequestered myself over here into the corner a little bit so you can see what's going on with my bars. And we're going to jump down. The first thing the tutorial tells you how to do is rotate the camera and how to jump down off of the screen. Where your coffin was at, you can't go back up, I noticed. And what you're going to see right away is a couple of things that I'm going to compare the game to. It gives me vibes of a couple of games like Diablo with the top-down view, right? And it also gives me like some serious vibes of Lost Ark. I don't know if you've played Lost Ark at all or played Diablo, but you're going to get some serious vibes of those games if you have already played them. This tends to play a lot like an MMO of sorts. Lost Ark, more specifically. Now we're going to be gathering resources, so there's going to be some kind of like subtle references to other survival games. Some may even say New World, since we're talking a bit of MMO style. But that's the big vibes that you're going to get right off of the bat. Now I'm going to continue to try to walk and talk. We're going to do our little tutorial quest, and the first thing I'm going to try to do is get out of this tutorial zone and build ourselves up a base. So I've got some bones I've been collecting from these dudes, and we got to make a bone sword, which is going to go immediately into my hotbar. My body is blocking it. You can see right there, it's on 1. We're immediately going to make a bone sword. Now the sword, it does increase damage to vegetation, which is going to be like your plant fibers and things of that nature. But I'm going to talk a bit more about this once we get another tool. I got to kill 2 more guys so we can unlock the next tool, but you're eventually going to get axes. And then you're going to get a big old mace. Now the axes do really good, apparently, at breaking down lumber. And then the mace does really good at breaking stone. However, each of the weapons basically breaks anything. So I think there's going to be stuff later on in the game, resources probably to gather later on in the game. They're going to require you to use these specific tools. But in the beginning, it's relatively forgiving, and you can pretty much harvest anything with any type of weapon that I've seen. But again, I haven't made it too terribly far, just slightly out of the tutorial where I started to do the build stuff. We could build our entire vampire castle, and that's the thing that I'm really excited to do. And once I started being able to build my castle, that's when I started to get really excited. That's when I started to enjoy the game. So you could spawn in 2 locations. If we zoom into the map, you could see areas that are relatively open for building. A couple of them that probably jump out to you, because they certainly jumped out to me, was this area here, and then this area here. So when I first started, I started at the West Farbane Woods, and I was kind of like, I don't want to build there, it's too small, worked my way over here, I need more room, worked all the way over here, and I was like, okay, this place is kind of nice, but it's so far away. Here, if you spawn at the East Farbane ruins, or woods rather, you can build right here in this little area of ruins, and it's super close. So we're gonna go east side, and it's really, really large compared to other areas on the map. So this is kind of where I wanted to start out. Now, here is an area that I was talking about, like the Coffin, and the reason why I haven't shift to jumped down yet is because I wanted to show it to you. You can't get back up here. So once you kind of like leave the tutorial area, it won't let you back up. Like, you can't shift to jump back. Ah, sticky keys! You can't shift to jump back up. So the game, this is kind of like a little mildly triggering to me, because the game says open world, but that kind of stuff isn't really open world. It's more like creating an illusion of an open world. To me, an open world is like Skyrim or The Witcher 3, where I can literally go wherever I want to go. Some people argue, well, no, Nick, that's more sandbox. But anyway, I'm splitting hairs. It's one of the things that, like, I mentioned, like, I wasn't sure if I was going to like it at first, because I'm like, wait, I expected more open world from the open world, because the paths are a bit restrictive. Let's kill this wolf here. We got to get some blood essence, and I should have actually drank his blood, because I'm starting to run a little bit low. Well, I haven't gotten any blood at all since we started, so let's get some blood in me, so I don't deplete. If you run out of blood, you will eventually die. If you get exposed to the sun, you can die. If you get exposed to garlic or silver, you can, wait for it, die. So there's going to be many opportunities to make this an official Nerd Parade video, because all Nerd Parade videos are official once Nick has died at least one time. And we're going to try to battle this bear. Oh, he's a skull. He's a skull bear. Let's fire him a laser at him. Boom! Right in the face. Oh, you're both skull bears. I can feed off you. Give me your blood juice. Get out of here, other bear. He's going to whack me while I'm doing this. Oh, that hurt. 70 blood essence. This is part of my tutorial anyway. Blast him with bolts of blood. Cool, now we can make the vestments and the salve. So we're gonna go into here crafting, make bone, gloves. This is part of the next part. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, we made all of our armors. Did I make the bone ring yet? I think I did, right? Let's go to my equipment. I did make it, sweet. Now we can claim! And we've unlocked our bone axes. I like this. This is nice touch. I'm actually like wearing the things. I'm trying to rotate my mouse there. I'm not there. I'm actually wearing the things that I've made, and I think it's a really nice touch. You can zoom in if you prefer a little bit more zoomy in. Your guy will look wherever your cursor is. That is still taking me a little while to get used to. But let's make our bone axes. Now here, this is what I was talking about. Plus 25 physical damage, % physical damage to wood. It doesn't really matter too terribly much in the beginning. Like, yeah, look at all, chop, take that tree, I'm kicking your ass. Or we can swap over to the axes now and dual wield the axes and slightly kick the tree's asses a little bit faster. Take that, tree asses. We're gonna claim this, and then we're gonna make our bone mace, which is now for, as you guessed it, stone. We smash stone with that. Now again, you can smash it in the beginning with pretty much anything, but as we go along, I feel like that's going to become more and more important based on the resources that we're going to be tackling. Now, for the beginning, I say rock whatever you think is badass and cool. Like, do you want to have a big bone mace behind your back? Do you want to have a quick sword? Do you want to dual wield axes like a vampire Viking? You do you. For me, I'm going to organize my honeybee, and we are going to build right here, because we are here. And we're going to smash a rock. Just use my sword. One of the next things on the tutorial is going to be to make a base, and this is more or less where I kind of stopped. I got to this point, I built a little base around this area, I cleared it all out, And that's when I started to have fun, because building in games in general is one of the things I enjoy the most. Thankfully, the trees don't kill us like in Valheim. One of the things I enjoy the most, as I mentioned, is building in survival games or type of creation games. So once I got to the point where I could do some building, I was like, yeah, all right, let's do it. So now we get to build our vampire castle, and we're going to break some of this stuff down in order to do so, and we're going to build it right in here, where the remnants of this old castle seems to have been. That looks like a castle heart, which is what we're going to be building now. As soon as I get these trees out of the way, and we're going to go into our build menu. There's our castle heart. We're going to line it up with the stairs. Okay, and about here. Yeah, that's good. And it's a very big buildable area. The game is very happy about it. Tells us good job. We're going to start to use some of our blood essence here to expand our territory. We're going to close our menu. We're going to go into the castle heart before it starts to decay, and we got to put our blood essence in here. Ow, bad wolfie. Give me more blood essence. Okay, thank you. Gather, gather, gather. Gather, gather. Okay, so now that we've got some blood essence in here, we have castle powered and fortified for 2 hours, which is essentially, what's the best way I can describe it? Fuel? Blood is fuel for your castle. And, wolf, deer, moose, caribou, chupacabra, capybara, random animal name. Blood is fuel for you and your castle. And if you run out of fuel, your stuff will stop working. And what your stuff is like your production. I can't make it yet because I haven't unlocked it. So let's build the stuff up that we need. I got to make a coffin so I can respawn here. But I got to put my border down so I can build there. Let's rotate. Okay, coffin is down, and then we got to build a chest. We'll put it right next to our coffin. There, that's fine. We can move it at any time. We don't have to be picky about this. Do I hold to sleep? Can I do that? I think it automatically bound me. Okay, let's wake it up. Vampire style. And that should have advanced me. Nope, need to build palisades. So we're going to do that here real quick. And I'm going to build them right here up in the front. So we're going to build some more territory claim blocks. And this is how I want to do it. Put our gate here to protect ourselves. Can I build a palisade, or is this in the way? Ooh, it's not. That one is. That one's in the way. So let's get out of our build menu. Scooch over here. No, it's not going to let me. And we clear everything out of the way. And we're visited by Vampire Kitty. He's a meowpire. Come here, you little meowpire. So this is a copper vein, and it keeps telling us our attack level's too low. We got to get better tools. We can't harvest copper with bone. So once we get to the point where we can upgrade our tools, which is really, really soon, we'll be able to get rid of that copper vein that's kind of blocking our way. So we'll drop a palisade there, a palisade there. We'll clear this side. Claim that next level. And drop a palisade here. Now we are fortified-ish. Just as far as gates go, we're kind of fortified. And this is where we start to advance. We're going to build a sawmill. And the sawmill is going to be what we first use to start refining some raw resources into usable resources. Lumber gets refined into planks. So production, crafting, refinement, here it is. Here's our mill. We're going to rotate that so it looks like kind of nice. Going to put it up here against the wall. Bloop. And we're going to do crafting. We got to make planks first. Let's get in here. Let's F on our sawmill. Put some of that wood in there. And let it start cooking. Oh, it's daytime. Danger. It'll start cooking into the planks and sawdust. Now we can use these planks to make our table, but I'm in super danger here. I am getting like lit on fire by the sun. I can hide in the shadows for now. But the best thing to do is to build a mist brazier. Okay, we'll do that there. And before I get lit on fire again, oh, so close. We gotta put some bones in it. There it goes. If you burn... that was really close, actually. If you burn bones in the Mist Brazier, it creates a mist that kind of like blocks off the sun in the general vicinity, which is super, super nice, considering it just turned daytime. I have tried to sleep, but this might be an early access thing. I have tried to sleep because I'm the only one currently like on. I'm playing on my own instance of the server. If you're curious if there's going to be a community-based server for Vrising within their paid community, yes, we already have one up and running if you want to play with friends or if you want to experience it, the game solo first before you start doing that. I wanted to learn more about the game in kind of a solo, relaxed environment, so I'm playing solo first, but there is the opportunity of people joining me randomly throughout. Anyway, I digress. Tried to sleep to pass the daytime. Nothing really happens. Screen fades a little bit. Press space to wake up. Nothing is really happening. Maybe I just need to wait a lot longer than I was, but time has not exactly moved much. So we took a little bit of damage. We're going to hold control, and we're going to go to Blood Mend. This is all stuff I figured out in the tutorial, so I'm giving you like the really quick and dirty thing that took me maybe an hour and a half to figure out in a very condensed amount of time. Blood Mend, you use the blood down here that you've collected from animals or people, and you can kind of like give yourself a buff to passively heal you. Now that we're fully healed, we'll go back into our building, make our bench, rotate our bench, see if we can line it up. No, I need a border there. Put our border down. Try to build everything's like nice and concise until I can make floors for the castle, because we have a very open concept. Use our workbench, and now we can craft our next upgraded level of tools based on combining planks and bone fragments, or the previous bone fragments that we used to make the other tools, and upgrade them. We need this stuff in order to harvest our first instances of copper, and that's as far as I've really gotten. So we're going to be figuring out the game together from this point going forward. So let's make our spoons. Let's make our new upgraded armor. And I need to get some blood roses for a blood rose ring. Rings are for your magic casting. So the blood bolt, or shadow bolt, whatever you want to call it, that is impacted by your ring. And then obviously your weapons are your melee abilities and damage. So ring is going to be for your spell casting, which I think is going to come in pretty strong later in the game with different types of bosses maybe being resistant to melee or physical damage and they're weak to magic, or vice versa. Something along those lines. Now we need to make a blood altar. So we're going to here to the new one, Dominance, and we've got a blood altar. Oh, I could drop it like right. I'll do that. I'll put it like right up there because it looks like it's part of the same kind of thing. And if we interact with our blood altar, it gives us locations of bosses, which gives us abilities if we kill them. Kind of Valheim-y, which is a good thing. I love me some Valheim. So the first thing we have is the level 16 Alpha Wolf, which allows us to turn into a wolf and move 45% faster. So we're going to track its blood. And I've never done this before. So now that we're blood tracking it, it doesn't appear on the map. Oh, I see. I see. It's like pulling us. Let's stop pulling. No, it's still kind of pulling. Not physically pulling, but there's like a blood trail tracking it in that direction. So that is very, very interesting. We're gonna go try to hunt him down because I want to be able to turn into a wolf. Or maybe we'll make some copper tools. Get some copper ore first. So let's blast over here to our smithing table, simple workbench, and I need copper ingots. So that means I'm probably going to need to make a forge of some sort, right? Yep, a furnace. Oh, I can't make it. It requires just a little bit of copper ore. So let's put this... There's a tree in the way. Let's put it over here. And try to keep our base looking nice. I do want this to kind of be like a permanent location for me. And the Blood Parade clan. Because you can make clans. You can make clans. Let me actually do that right now. Create a clan. Blood parade. There we go. More blood for the blood clot. That's our clan motto. And we have now created clan. We're moving right along. Oh, it's almost nighttime. Moon has risen. We can go wolf hunting. Oh, my treasure dropped. Oh, pine cones. I wonder if I can plant those. Let's get our furnace put down first so we can craft the copper ore while we're gone. Okay, furnace. Raw copper gets turned into copper ingot. Oh, it's at a rate of 20 to 1. Ouchers. So we'll hit some more of that along the way. Oh, I can plant the tree. That's what that was. I can plant the pine cones to grow the trees back. Cool, and then I can harvest the trees. Interesting. And then a little bit more. Let's roll out. Let's bring out our dual axes. Because it's been kind of fun running around with dual axes. And we'll use that to hunt the wolf. Oh, I see that it's pulling me in this general direction. I'm sniffing him out. I'm following his blood trail. Oh, it's this way. Gotta go this way. Get that blood rose first. Where are you at, Alpha Wolf? I will take your power. Oh, is this 27? What is this? A skeleton priest. Oh, that's kind of danger. Oh, that's a different ore. Thought it was pulling me to this area here, but I guess not. Up here, maybe. So if I go follow the map and I go into this area, it might be there. Let's see where it pulls me on its next tick. Now it's going to here. Let's see where it takes me. Where does the blood pull me? Over this way. I hope I'm following this correctly. I might be going the complete wrong direction. Oh, poachers! Oh, those are actual people. And this is some kind of ore. Maybe it's like an obsidian? Ooh. Didn't think I was going to be able to get it. Crude ruby. Oh, crude gems. All right. It's pulling me in that, like, kind of this direction here. I think that's where it's pulling me. I smell the blood scent. Shift to jump into the water seems like a bad thing to do for a vampire, right? Now, depending on what you feed from, I've noticed that there's a little meter down here, so blood type. Currently, I have blood type of creature because I've been feeding off of creatures. But if I feed off of, like, this poacher, let's see if I can feed off of him. I killed him before I could do it. Come back here, you little turd. Taste the wrath of my axe. You are too weak. Your blood doesn't hold enough power for me. Oh, is this him? We did it! We discovered the Alpha Wolf. Okay, cool. I was getting pulled in the correct direction. Or I was reading the pull as the correct direction. So let's go, Alpha Wolf, me and you. Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. I thought I was attacking you. Blood bolt, go! Big blood bolts. Let me taste your blood. Let's see what we got. Let's see what this wolf form is all about. First new power. Alpha Wolf. Vampire powers. Hold and press control. So wolf form. Oh, I cannot attack him in wolf form. I didn't mean to do that. Can I loot in wolf form? I can. I wonder if I'm friendly in wolf forms to other wolves. That would be really interesting if I was. I'm going to try to find that out. Research desk. Cool. We could go do that, and we could try to hit a copper node on the way back. Not friendly to poachers, that's for sure. Vampire power activate. Form of wolf.